that, yeah. I like that. Emotional type, emotional like.
Magic fam, what's up, you guys? Your girl Shiro here with another episode of Kenyan Plug Pod. This is episode 41, season 2, episode 11. Let's get it. Hopefully, you guys are having a great week, great November. Time in Akimbia, the end of the year is here. It's time to look at our accomplishments, make sure tunafanya kila kitu as we're supposed to, and just making the best of these last couple of months, because you have to remember, like, this is the last couple of months of this decade, like of the decade. So imagine we are starting a whole new decade next in a couple of months. And these next 10 years of your life can be like so different. We already know that life is going to change, of course, like how drastically is it going to change for you, and what are the necessary changes that you're making right now to make sure that when the decade begins to kosawa, or you're fine, So just make sure you're putting that in the back of your mind, because you have to remember time is running. And it's not courteous, okay? But nonetheless, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for sharing, subscribing. Thank you for telling your friends about the plug. Make sure you are consistently telling your friends that the plug is plugging and they should tune in. So you guys, are you ready for a new show? Let's talk about so many things. First of all, let's talk about enjoyment episode. I really enjoyed that episode. Shout out to Pesh for joining me on that one. It was really fun. It was really fun making it. And it was just good to have the commentary. So shout out to Pesh, one of my favorite co-hosts of the whole year. And yeah. If once I do my my recaps, Pesh is definitely one of my favorite co-hosts of this year. So definitely thankful to have her on the enjoyment episode. If you have not checked it out, please do. Happy birthday to my nephew, Iverson. Woo-hoo. Happy birthday, my baby. Happy birthday to my nephew. And let's get into the show. So the socials of this week. Is this a video? It's been out for some time.
What's up, man? What's going on with you, Paula?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, it's been a minute. Come on, man. Where you been?
I've been chilling, man.
On,
you know,
Hold
you
on,
know
man.
me.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
He's talking Kikuyu, lakini when he sees one of his friends, he's like, hey, let me code switch real quick and let me have a American accent. Because it's like, if you know how to code switch, it's like the funniest thing ever. Because watu wanashanga kabisa when you see someone like kwanza kutoka Kikuyu paka English, like when you transition from Kikuyu to English, inakwanga tough sangine, because unaanza kuponyoa, you have to like really catch yourself kwanza kabisa, because me, I don't speak Kikuyu like that. I understand Kikuyu, lakini I cannot speak Kikuyu like that. Maybe like one or two words. You already know my Swahili game is just now getting together, barely, but we're getting somewhere. Yeah, code switching is fun actually, but it's real. It's fun and it's real and it's hard too. It's actually a talent. So shout out to all the code switchers. There are people that have the ability to code switch. Do not underestimate anybody that has the ability to change their accents. Unaweza ongea Spanish. ¿Qué pasa, ¿Qué pasa, mi amigo? Unaweza sema, ¿Qué pasa, mi amigo? I'm proud of myself because I can speak a little bit basic Spanish. I can speak English very well. Unaweza ongea, yeah, the black English. Unaweza ongea the white English. Whichever English you're looking for, I got it. If you are needing someone to hear Kikuyu, I got you. And yeah, and so forth. And actually, Saizi, I have a challenge. I've been challenged to like greet people in to try to implement some different languages on the show. I've been challenged to greet people in at least 5 tribes. I've been asked to learn 5 tribes greetings. So right now I'm putting myself onto that challenge because I'm into it. Like, being multilingual is a goal. Like, I have to be able to go to anywhere. I can go anywhere and be able to speak something. That's dope to me. So I always try to raise my level, so increase my bag. Once you raise your levels, you increase your bag. So That's the goal. So yeah, that's the socials of the week. Being able to code switch, being able to accent switch. As we move right on into the Kenyan excellence for this week, it has to be Uncut Africa. Uncut Africa is like another content platform, and they are actually hosting a hip hop award, so a Kenyan hip hop awards, and I'm lit about that. I'm excited about that because yeah, this is what I want. I want to be. I was thinking the other day, like when I was watching some awards here, or like the BET Awards, or if you watch like Grammys and so forth. Like I was saying, Kwani, Africa doesn't have like an African Grammy, you know? Like it would be so dope if Africa had like a Grammys, you know? Or Africa had something like some kind of something to showcase Africa's talent. You know, like each African country should have their own award ceremony so that they can be excited about their music. They can compete at the end of the year. They can, you know, stuff like that. The point is to recognize these artists for their jobs on their content and their creativeness, you know. I got a message just telling me like, oh, you know, can you help us with some nominations or some people that you would suggest to be part of these categories. And I was like pretty impressed by that. Actually, I never, you know, when I do this thing, I just do my thing, and it's never like, I never take it that seriously, because to me yet and still, I don't believe that I have that big of an impact. I don't think so anyways. So I just do this for fun, and it's actually for self-reflection. And I keep telling you guys that until like people start DMing me and telling me things, and I'm like, yo, so I'm doing something out here. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. It's they said that they had a trial last year and it didn't work out so great, so this year they're trying it again and they're coming at it different. You know, you at first, if you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again, okay? Uncut Africa, I cannot wait to see how big it is of a production. I hope it's not just limited to Instagram. I hope it is actually like a location people go and awards are given out. So I'm ready to see how it transpires, because it is exciting to know that Kenya is trying to do something for their artists. And it can be a precedent for a lot of new things that are coming up, especially with Kenyan content being such, you know, Kenyan creatives being at an all-time high. Like there's so much creation happening and people are getting recognized for it. It gives you that fire actually to keep going, to make better content. You know, like it could be something. Kenyan pride, being prideful of your country, being prideful of your content, being appreciative of it. Bravo. I'm excited to see how that comes out. And as we get into the topic of this week, it has to be on the case of saizi. I don't know, because saizi nafikiria now, like I'm thinking about a lot, but I decided to go with this because something weird happened this week, over the course of this week. Like I think it was Tuesday night. My phone, like I guess, was sending out random messages to random people. I was receiving random messages from people that I haven't spoken to. My sister, she was saying, Ati, what are you texting me about? No, Mommy, I haven't texted you anything. And then next thing you know, and a screenshot message. I'm a screenshot messages. Nah, it says that I sent some sort of message. Nah, I never sent it. So I'm like, okay, okay. And then here she goes, in Russia, the Russians are, you know, it's election time. It could be some kind of conspiracy. I said, yeah, I don't put anything past anything these days. So, yeah, so I received a message. So one of my old friends, one ex-friend actually, they sent me a message, and I'm like, it doesn't seem right, because actually the topic, it was just off. And so nikamuuliza, like, did you send this to me? And then akaniambia, no, I did not send. It's so random. It's such a random text message. And kwa kichwa, like, when I got the message, nikaanza kufikiria, like, okay, maybe this is one of those signs, just a random sign for you guys to rekindle your friendships, jaribu ku mend it or something of that sort. Lakini nakumbuka the pressures and the things, because this was like one of my really good friends. So nakumbuka tu vile nilikuwa nafikiria, like, when you unajua the first time, like in the beginning, when you start isolating yourself from people, you know, for the greater good of yourself, for the benefit of yourself, unaanza kufikiria like, okay, this might be a temporary thing. I just need to get out of the way of people. Like, I need to get out of people's faces for some time, you know, especially if they're not aligning with me. And I need to focus on myself and make myself better and better and better and better. And maybe this is just temporary. Maybe I'm just putting you on the side for just a, you know, kidogo tu, kiasi na kushelf kidogo, just for a little bit. Alafu next thing you know, nitarudi tutaweza ongea, we can be friends again. You know, after nime accomplish Kenya nataka ku accomplish, labda tunaweza kuwa rafiki tena, we can be friends again. Lakini after that message, like once I got the message, nikaanza kufikia kidogo, nikasema staki. I don't want to be, there's, you know, sangine, like in the beginning, kwanza mtu, when you realize that you have to cut someone off that you really don't want to, it hurts. The idea of it, like the idea of cutting your bestie, one of your good friends off, inakwanga uchungu. Lakini 6 months later, when I think about it, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not interested. I don't even have interest in being that person's friend anymore. Alafu, my sister, once again, she's like, savage. She says, my sister's like, oh, you're a savage, man. You're a savage. Come on, BS, you're a savage. You need to, like, you outgrow people, or sometimes pass the cross anymore. Ulikuwa nafikia unazaenda hand in hand with someone to wherever you're going, but kumbe mnaenda separate directions ni different. Wewe unataka kufanya hivi, mimi nataka kufanya hii, lakini we cannot be friends in the meantime. By the way, we cannot be friends in the process of our journey. You're the first person that knows what doesn't work for you and what does. Wewe ndio unajua kabla kila mtu mwingine, because if you don't set that standard for yourself, everyone can do whatever to you. Alafu wewe ndio utakaa mjinga because ukusema kitu, or you just stayed there and you allowed yourself to be in something toxic for so long. Alafu unaanza kuwa kama somebody wronged you. Nobody wronged you. You wronged yourself. You knew from the beginning, you knew very well that you did not want to be, or you are outgrowing someone, or you are not going at the same rate. Alafu, if they come back to burn you because you did not cut them off when you were supposed to, whose fault is that other than you? No one else's. It's just you, your fault. So ukiendelea tu na watu wenye they're not supposed to be with you anymore, umeenda kutoka siju 2010 paka 2020 now, for what? I don't want to be with someone for a decade of my life and they're not adding to my life. What? I want to be with anyone that is subtracting from you. Be with someone that adds to you. When you get to certain age, manze, when you get to a certain age, kuna kwanga na something that you have to put over everything else. Like, put over everything else. You have to prioritize yourself. And something that I got, a piece of advice, was that you make a standard for everyone. I'm talking about everyone. Hakuna mtu ako exempt. You make just a general standard of self. What I will allow, what I won't allow, what I'm accepting of, what I'm not what I'm not accepting of, and what I'm trying to bring out, who I'm trying to be. Because as we all know, like I said, like tunasemanga kila saa, there's another version of yourself. Inagoja tu, inagoja na mkono up. It's raising its hand, ready to be put in the game. Put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game. I'm ready. I'm ready to show up and show out. To show up and show out and act crazy and be all kinds of mess. And then there's another version of yourself. In a fight, it's fighting daily to be seen, to be representing you, you know, to be the best version of yourself. That best version of yourself is fighting that old version of yourself, the crazy version of yourself, the bad version of yourself. Like, you start feeling hot because the good version and the bad version, they're fighting. Unajua I'm talking like when someone talks to you crazy and your initial reaction is like, I'm about to snap on this person, or I'm about to go off. Alafu unaanza kusikia hiyo joto, unaanza kukuwa na ma hot flashes because mtu amekudisrespect, or you start feeling like I am about to go off. And that's only because there's a good person in you. There's a good version of you that is like, just rise above. be the adult in the situation, just move forward. And there's a bad version that's like, I am about to go off. This person just talked to me crazy. They just tried me. They're just coming for me, blah, blah, blah. And that's why you're in a turmoil because you don't know which version you're going to let be present at that moment. And that is the thing. When it comes to friendships and it comes to choosing the people that you're going to have around you, you have to know which one speaks to who. Like, if a friend is speaking to my bad version more than is speaking to my good version, I have to complete myself. I have to rid myself of you. Saizi, I'm picking only people that go along with who I am trying to be. And that's a good version, the best version of myself. Sasa mtu mwenye anacheza na the bad version, mwenye anakupigia simu just to gossip, anakupigia simu, hey, let's pull up on someone and let's act crazy. Let's get wild tonight. Let's do this, let's do that. They're just speaking to the bad side of you. They're just speaking to the negative side of you. I'm looking for positive people because I'm trying to walk a positive walk. See, you're my negative. So when that message came through, I can choose either to, because unajua sangine, you know when the ball is in your court. You know when you have the option to pick up something if you dropped it. And kila kitu itaendelea. Is it beneficial to who I'm trying to be? Is it beneficial to my next decade, by the way? Is it beneficial to my next decade? Apana. It's not. And it's actually a draining situation. And I don't want it. And that's just something that I came up to. Like, it can be looking savage-like. It can look savage. It can look ruthless. It can look heartless. Lakini I don't care. Lakini I don't care. Like, unfortunately, I don't. Like, I'm so interested in my better self that siku hizi anything that even looks like opposite of who I'm trying to be, it just doesn't go with me anymore. And that is the thing. I really have to check myself and put myself in a place where I'm like, okay, this is how serious I'm planning to take myself. And if you don't see my seriousness, if you think everything I do is a joke, if you don't have believe in me, if you don't support me, if you don't see my vision for where I'm trying to be, and if you are not with it, nakwambia adios. Hakuna kitu ya kuongea. Hakuna kitu. We're done talking. We're done. Are you done talking? Hey, are you done talking? Because I'm done. You know? And then you start to see like which person is evolving with you and which person is not, and which one is hating on your evolution, and who is, who is anakupigia makofi, who's giving you the appreciation, who's giving you acknowledgement that they're seeing you and they're proud of you, of the changes that you've made. That's who you're supposed to be with. Sio watu wanakuambia, hey, change. Actually, you're taking yourself more seriously these days. Yes. Is there a problem? There's not a problem. So see yourself out of my life, okay? If you have a problem with me changing and being a better person and evolving as self, and solitude, have you heard of it? I'm a fan of it. Being alone, being by myself, being able to think, being able to have a moment of peace, a moment of silence, so that you can work yourself through and think of the day and reflect on it. I'm a fan of solitude. So if someone is like, oh, you like to be alone these days, why do you want to? Kwanza, if you are someone that understands yourself, you can be by yourself and enjoy yourself by yourself. And there's no problem. So now, when I was on Twitter and Najama too, like, oh, for this birthday, I'm definitely doing something again by myself because it was enjoyment. I enjoyed myself. It was a great time. And I think I'm going to make this an annual thing. Around my birthday, kila year, every year, I want to be able to go somewhere by myself and just have a moment of reflection, a moment of self-clarity. And kulikuwa na Rafiki ananiambia, hey, who do you think you are? You're being so selfish. You want to go by yourself. People want to celebrate you, blah, blah, blah. And come on, please, manze. Please, please, just save it. You can do something with me the weekend before, you can do something with me the weekend after. Hakuna mtu anakupatia ati limit of to how much you can celebrate someone. You know, to kona hii idea that if you're not around people, you're depressed. If you're not around people that you're going through it, or you're hiding something or something of that sort. Lakini, have you ever thought that if you're by yourself and you're doing your own thing, it's because you enjoy being by yourself. You enjoy the company of yourself, you know? You enjoy your thoughts. You enjoy being thoughtful, knowledgeable, reading, music, you know, everything. When you have a phone and it's about to die, you have to put it on the charger and you have to leave it alone until it charges so that it can have enough power for you to go on about your day. And why do we give something a device? It's free time to recharge, regroup, and we cannot give our human bodies time to recharge and regroup by itself. Yeah, we need it. Kama simu inaweza pata it's time ya kucharge, basi I need my time to charge by myself, you know? I need to charge up and get ready for another occasion of life, you know, another year. One time of the ukijipatia to one weekend by yourself could charge. Hakuna mtu anaweza kusue. Nobody can sue you. And if I choose to do it around my birthday, even better. Because as I'm a couple charging with my birthday, and I give myself the necessary boost to go out and do it all again. You know, a whole nother year to tend to everyone, to be around everyone, to do all these things. Yes. I need that time. I need that time to do my thing, to charge up. You know, anything that you do for yourself, uskasikia selfish. If you're doing something selfish, then you know it's selfish. You know it's selfish and you know it's not selfish. But there's a difference when you are raising your standard, when you're evolving, when you are precious with yourself, when you're precious with your energy, with your time. You know, and whoever's offended, Basi, I am sorry. Not sorry. Because I'm very interested in betterment of self. And that requires charging, reflecting, clarity, and you know, clear vision so that you can open your plate. Saizi, I'm focused on so much. I'm trying to make my new list for 2020, what I have to accomplish, what I'm trying to accomplish. There's things I have to do. Sio tu kucheza na kugojea kukunywa mashots. Ay. Ya maneno imeisha, man. Najua kuna watu wamekata ku leave certain things behind. You need days imeisha. You need days imeisha. Homecoming kifika, homecoming, or that time when you get to be around your friends for one big occasion, we can do that. Uni was fun. We had great times. Lakini saizi we are adulting sasa. We are getting into a different bag now, you know? And it's time to focus on that particular bag. I'm trying to continue to make progress in growth, you know? Not just fumble my bag with a lot of clutter. I don't want to be cluttered. I want vision to be clear. 2020 vision, baby. If you have to be a savage, be a savage. If you have to be selfish, be selfish. If you have to isolate, isolate. If you have to raise a standard, if you have to make sure everybody meets the qualifications that you want to set for yourself, do that. Lakini usikajisikia, usikakuwa tu mtu mwenye ako too far removed from the earth. You unajisikia sana, you're just all into yourself. Then you forget all about everybody else. And don't treat people bad because you're finding yourself or you're in love with yourself. Be good to people. Be good to people. Be kind, but also be great to yourself. And be kind to yourself and your energy. That's it. And as we move into the, I don't even want to do the norm of the week because, you know, nimeona a lot of things as pertaining to joblessness and women needing to be treated equally and human trafficking rates going high and so many things. I'm just like, I don't even want to really put that into the show because, yes, it's happening, and prayers to so many aspects of life. There's so many things that require our prayers and so many things that require our attention and to be informed about things. But I don't want to necessarily add it to the show with what's going on. I've seen even mass strikes happening in universities. They're trying to raise tuition. People are not with it. People are walking out of classes, universities. So much is happening, so much. And so I'm not even going to speak on that. I'm going to speak on controversy of the week instead. And I'm talking about T.I. T.I., you know, the rapper T.I., one of hip-hop's well-known rapper, T.I., said that he takes his daughter, his 18-year-old daughter, to the doctor to go get, you know, the women's doctor, you know, the gynecologist, to go get checked. And he's checking for her body to make sure that she has not lost her virginity. And this is 2019. T.I. is a crazy man, kabisa. He's crazy because you cannot, once a woman is 18, actually anything that has to do with a woman's body. And I never understood why so many people felt that they had the right to talk about a woman's body, or to even have, you know, like, to set rules on a woman's body. I never understood that thing. Like, a woman's body is a sacred thing, you know. It's a woman's body. It's their body, you know. So there's no man that should be able to say, this is what you do with your body, this is not what you do with your body, this is this, this is that. Like, at a certain age, actually, for all of my, like, anything that pertains to going to the doctor as a woman, you know, handling woman needs, I think that a woman should be present. You go with your mom, you go with your aunt, you go with your shosho. Don't go, you know, discuss those type of things with your father. Your mother or someone reports to your dad and tells them, hey, you know, this is what's happening, if it's something that they need to know about, you know, if it's something that requires their permission or their knowledge. Lakini, you know, as a child, lakini when you're over 18, what happens with your body is up to you. It belongs to you. It's your right. So that's whatever your parents have taught you in that time is what you take on to the world, or if you decide not to, but that's on you. Lakini, after a certain age, it's no longer anybody's concern what is happening with my body at all. Ata kidogo. Well, tujua, like, all I need for you to know is that I'm taking care of myself and I'm doing what's necessary for my body for me to remain healthy. You're having meetings with my doctors. Let me talk to your doctor about this and this. Hey, boo, remove yourself. Remove yourself. This is not anything. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you at all. If you are concerned about me losing my virginity, or if you are concerned about me, you know, deflowering myself and giving myself out to everyone, have a conversation with me. Make sure that my values are still in order. Make sure that I know my worth. Make sure that you're uplifting me and giving me the necessary affirmations. Strict parents equals bad kids, or wild kids, or rebellious kids, and that is a fact. You know, when you're doing too much as a parent, when you're putting so much, ukieka too much, the moment the child can get out of that house, the moment that child can do whatever they want to do, amekimbia na speedy kabisa. You cannot see them. They are gone because they don't want anything to do with it. They don't want anything to do with that strictness that you put on them. No. Ukikuwa na a relationship, and of course you want them to respect you. Of course they will need to know who you are as a parent, but give them room. Give them room to have conversations with you. Give them the ability to gain a trusting relationship with you, and they can be honest with you and open with you without being that degreed. Is that how you protect your daughter from being for the streets? By checking it and making sure that she's not doing this and not doing that. One thing that I like is when you give me the opportunity to be honest with you. You give me the opportunity to show you who I am. Instead, you just you just get crazy. You make your own ideas up as to who you think I am and what I'm doing. And next thing you know, you lose someone. You lose their friendship, you lose their trust, you lose that relationship kabisa, because umejaribu kukua crazy, because umeanza kukua crazy, umeanza kukua overprotective, umeanza kukua too strict and careless with your actions, because some things require you to be careful so that you can preserve a relationship. And that's it. That's it. So this TI matter, it's very crazy. It's very controversial, and the people involved, they don't even want to be involved. Nobody wants to be involved with this story. Everybody's just like, hey, she's a slave. She's a slave in her own home. She's being violated. Her rights are being violated, and they are, because there's no way that you should be, first of all, making my news out here to, making my news public. And there's no way that you should be in the office with me as I'm getting checked up, or afterwards asking the doctors, hey, what's going on with you? What's going on with your body? And then intimidating me to admit it. Hapana. There's no way. So T.I. definitely has lost his marbles on that one. My discovery of the week is Kojey Radical, and Kojey Radical is a UK rapper that is just so dope to me. Aki, like his videos, the visual artistry, the lyrics, the fashion. This guy is hot to me. I am digging it. I am really into this guy. And for some, I can be late. For some, I could be early. So if you guys don't know who Kojey Radical is, make sure you're checking him out. He's very dope. Artistry, like an artist in general, a full-blown artist. I am a fan. And I'm also feeling this young South African artist. She's 20 years old. Her name is Elaine, and she just put out an EP. It's called Elements. And the girl is hot. Her voice is so soulful and just nice vibes. I definitely dig her vibe. So Elaine and Kojey Radical. I always enforce playing Kenyan music and supporting Kenyan artists, but I also do have to let you guys know when I discover some dope artists that are outside of Kenya. And I hope I plugged you into something new, some new vibes. And until next week, I will see you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week.
So I'm gonna change for you. I'll do better for you. I know